On the 4th of November 2025, tragedy struck as UPS Flight 2976 was departing from Louisville, Kentucky in the United States. The 34-year-old MD-11 was heading for Honolulu, and according to the airline, there were 3 UPS crew members on board. The aircraft lined up on runway 17 right at approximately 22:12 UTC or 17:12 local time and then started accelerating. And at this time, it's obviously too early for us to know exactly what happened next. Several videos show the aircraft trying to rotate with flames and smoke billowing out from its left-hand wing. And data from flight tracking websites like Flightradar24 show that the aircraft accelerated to a ground speed of 186 knots over the runway, which seems to be the highest speed it ever reached. The aircraft then just got airborne into the ground effect, but it never gained much altitude before leaving the airport perimeter. And almost immediately after, its landing gear seems to have impacted the roof of a UPS warehouse beyond the runway. It then continued over another few industrial buildings and parking lots before finally rolling over to the left and crashing into a huge fireball, likely caused by its high fuel load. All 3 people on board perished in the accident, and there are also reports of 4 more fatalities on the ground, with at least 11 people being injured. But these figures could still rise. Some images released online seems to show parts of the left number 1 engine inlet and core lying on the grass near the runway within the airport perimeter. But I should stress that at this point we can't be 100% sure that all of these pictures are actually from the Louisville crash. But of course, for many, those pictures and the videos of the aircraft rolling over to the left before crashing obviously look similar to the tragic crash of American Airlines Flight 191. Now that was a McDonnell Douglas DC-10, the precursor of the MD-11, which lost an engine during the takeoff roll. But I should stress here that there were many lessons learned from that crash, and key systems in the DC-10 were modified to avoid something similar ever happening again. And those modifications were then obviously carried over to the MD-11. So this is likely something different. But having said that, according to the Aviation Herald, this flight was delayed because of some work needed to be carried out on its left number 1 engine before departure. That's the same engine that appears to have separated from the aircraft, and we will likely learn more about that in the coming months. Now, our thoughts goes to the families of the victims and those who are injured at this time, and as always, I advise everyone to await answers from official sources, because anyone else who say that they know what happened at this stage just doesn't. Ben and I will soon be doing a YouTube live stream where you can ask your questions directly to us, so make sure that you have subscribed for that.